And Happy New Year to you all. Now, I hope 2023 is full of hope, happiness, love, gratitude, good health, and all the things your heart desires. Thanks for tuning in for yet another year to the Shabby And Man podcast. Anything you'd like to say?
Happy New Year to all our listeners, and yes, I hope 2023 is everything that you hope it is. Welcome to the first episode of a brand new year of the Shabby And Man podcast. We are partners, parents, podcasters, broadcasters,
and everything else in between. Now, Shabby, I must ask you the obligatory question. You know, this is a prerequisite for this time of year, and that is, what are your New Year's resolutions? Did I take you by surprise? Did I give a curveball? Were you expecting that?
Yeah, of course I was. New Year's resolutions, well, I suppose I am that age. Actually, this year I'm going to be celebrating my big birthday. I am that age where I know that resolutions don't really mean much. Many people think of them as a to-do list for the first week or even the first month of a brand new year.
Sorry, let's go back one step. What do you mean I'm of that age where resolutions don't mean much? You mean you've done so many resolutions over the years that they haven't worked out? Or that after day 2 you give up on them?
Yeah, that's what it is. That if you call it a resolution, it has a far greater possibility of failing because you're so focused and fixated on doing things a certain way when you may or may not be ready for it. So just...
Bilkul galat. You should never give up.
Says the man who's probably never made a resolution or kept one.
That's what the Bruce once said, didn't he? If you fail, try, and then try again.
Yeah. So, I'm sorry, what did you ask me? I've forgotten. You've lost me there.
I was asking about resolutions.
Resolutions. So, yeah, resolutions. I mean, I don't make any resolutions as such because I have now come to realize the futility of resolutions. They don't really mean much unless you have mental strength to kind of adhere to all those promises that you make to yourself.
The standard ones, the most common ones about exercising more, losing weight, or what, getting organized, learning a new skill or a hobby, getting a new job, a better job, spending more time with family and friends.
What do you think you're on TV? Why are you moving your hands so much today?
Exactly, because I'm not on TV. I can move my hands as much as I want. By the way, this is a V sign, by the way, yeah? Like Churchill's, that I'm doing to you.
And, sorry, where were we? What do you talk about resolutions?
Every time I say something, you say, sorry, where were you? Aaj kya dil nahi hai podcast mein?
No.
Your mind is not quite there.
No, it's still too early in the year.
It's too early in the year, or maybe you had a
too late in the night and too early in the year.
Did you have a very late New Year's Eve?
No, I didn't. I didn't. I had the perfect New Year's Eve. I was in bed by 2 a.m., 2:30 a.m., which is very good. But I don't buy into this New Year, new me myth at all.
No. I like the ones where, for at least for a couple of weeks, you're all motivated and get up and go, and you're gonna say that I'm going to be more self-confident, I'm going to be more mindful, I'm going to get to know myself better, I'm going to simplify my life.
सिर्फ कहने से कुछ नहीं होता, करना भी होता है.
These are the kind of, I just like to say it, but it makes me feel better.
Good. I'm glad it does. At least someone feels better. I don't think the 1st of Jan is a big deal at all. I feel that every single day, every morning is an opportunity for people. My God,
you're grumpy today, aren't you?
Yeah. Every morning is an opportunity for people to make a change. And that if you change your mindset, you change your life. That's what it's all about. You have to know where you want to go. You have to know how to get there, even if you haven't worked it out fully yourself. Make small changes and do the boring stuff every single day. That is what will yield phenomenal results in course of time.
If you
people always aim for the big stuff. Yeah.
I don't understand what that means. Change your mindset means that A new approach to thinking.
New approach to thinking, nahi, be proactive. If you really want to get somewhere, if you really want to get stuff done, be proactive about it. Don't just wish and hope and pray that the stars align and things happen on their own, because they won't. You have to be proactive. You have to work out the steps that will get you there. You have to actively seek out the opportunities and then act on them when they do arrive and emerge. And you have to see how badly you want it. It all boils down to that.
Yeah, I'm learning something new every day.
Yes.
I have to spend all my life just crossing my fingers.
Ah, there you go. So
This worked for me.
So that's why I didn't make any resolutions this year, because I feel that it's just a waste of time. But I do feel like, I'm in a position where every single morning feels like a new opportunity, and I love it. There is a list that I read somewhere which I really liked, which was about doing the things you love more often this year. I plan to. Letting go of people or situations that drain you. I think that's very important.
Sorry.
There's some things you can't discard.
Why are your hands moving now so much?
Yeah, I know. Some things you can't discard.
Give me some hint.
Yeah. Sometimes, and it's not a victory sign, by the way, sometimes you need to get uncomfortable to get comfortable. That is another thing I like. That you have to face the bitter truth. Sometimes you have to be honest with yourself. You have to know what your shortcomings are, and you have to admit what they are, at least in your own head and heart, whether you admit it to the world or not. And be realistic about where you want to go and how you want to get there. So to get comfortable, you have to first get uncomfortable. I think that makes a lot of sense to me. And it also says wherever your attention goes.
Get out of your comfort box.
Not get out of your comfort zone is one thing. No, this is about the fact that, don't be unrealistic in setting goals that you know you will struggle to attain. Be realistic about. In fact, the biggest nugget of wisdom that I carry into 2023 is the fact that magic lies in doing the boring, small, doable stuff over and over and over again until you get to a point.
You like routine? Or are you saying that God is in the details?
God is a bit of both, I suppose. And I think it all started with me being a lot more aware of my health, committing myself to better health, eating better, sleeping better, getting active.
Going to a gym. And doing that. And most people, including me, you look for that big transformation and you feel that, 2 mahine ho gaye, 3 mahine ho gaye, why is it not happening? And every single day when you go there, all right, okay, one more day, all right, maybe. One day the magic happens and you see just how much better it makes you feel. I don't care whether you look any different in anybody else's eyes. Something just clicked in you.
Something clicked. And therefore, I feel that resolutions are absolutely pointless and meant for people who just like to feel better by saying, oh, this is, new year, new dawn, the calendar has changed and therefore my life is going to change. That's all rubbish. Anybody knows.
Why are you putting people like me off? We live for these things,
Yeah, what, for 1 week?
Yeah, I like to cross my fingers and say, Joega.
Okay, chaliye, kariye fir cross fingers, nobody's stopping you. What else are we talking about besides resolutions? What are your resolutions? Did you say they were the standard ones, right? Which everybody makes, which mean absolutely nothing, but sound very good.
No, sound good. But every year, you think maybe this year things will change. Maybe this year things will get better.
Year you'll also think, maybe this year that things will change, and maybe things didn't change last year because. Does anybody follow through with that list?
No. Last year, purani baat hai.
Chaliye. जो बीत गई
this year my जीवन is a कोरा कागज. It's just there for me to step in, write what I have to write. You have to write your own destiny, right?
Yeah. Any other cliches you want to throw in? Feel free.
Thank you. I can't think of any more now.
All right. What else are we talking about? Because I can't read your handwriting.
My handwriting?
Yes. You have scribbled a few notes, I see, for the podcast, which you find extremely therapeutic. A lot has to be said about writing by hand, I have to say. I do a lot of show prep. I write a lot. I write about 12, 13, 15 pages.
So what happens when the podcast happens? How come you don't write a thing?
No, because it's all in my head. And I don't particularly fancy writing for the podcast as well when I'm writing for my day job anyway. But so I can't read your handwriting, so you have to tell me what you have scribbled. What else are we going to talk about besides just looking at this year and hoping that it turns out for everyone?
No, I scribbled. I'll tell you what I scribbled here. One says resolutions. Then it says, what are yours? Then I said, what are you looking forward to in 2023? And I've written the word Mission Impossible because I thought in case you ask me, I want to say that The only thing I'm looking forward to is going to the cinema and watching this Tom Cruise movie. You know, if you're going to talk
Set
about
the bar very low. I have to
if
say.
you're going to talk about what movies, what plays, what you want to see,
Yeah.
I think 2023 Guns N' Roses are coming to Hyde Park.
Yeah.
I might see that.
That's my birthday weekend.
Is your birthday weekend?
Yeah.
Oh, then I'll definitely be seeing that. And you'll be coming too, I presume.
I doubt it
For your
very much
birthday?
because I'm not going to be in London for my birthday. I know that for a fact. So that's not happening for me.
And the Tom Cruise thing reminded me about, must be nearly 2 years ago in lockdown. Was it?
Yeah, yeah.
Was it last year or the year before last?
Year before, I think it was August 2020.
What happened was we were in, I think lockdown had slightly eased for a bit.
Yeah. It was like 1 month between the two lockdowns, August.
And we were invited to this film premiere,
Yeah.
which was hoping to, it's going to be the first movie after lockdown, remember? So a lot of secrecy, hush hush. We went to this unknown place. Our phones were taken off us.
IMAX, right?
It was an
Yeah,
IMAX.
yeah.
And then in the interval? Or was it at the end?
No, it was only when we came home we saw.
No. When they announced. And then the guy came to make a speech.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so when was that? That was at the start? Or
That was at the start, but then we didn't know what the big secret was.
Yeah, he said, thank you all for turning up, this, that. We thought, the head of Paramount has turned up or something. Not Paramount, whatever it was. And then on the way home... Warner Brothers. Then on the way home, we heard the news that Tom Cruise had gone to see a movie. And then we realized, when we saw the snaps, he was sitting one row ahead of us, so in the same line.
Somewhere. Because there was social distancing, because everybody had to wear masks, because it was pitch dark, because it was done in utter secrecy, and we had these people with these infrared kind of lights shining their torches on people just to see that everybody was sitting in their seats with their masks on. And because naturally Tom Cruise and his team knew he was going to be there, they filmed him.
It wasn't just him. I think that, I forgot his name now. Is it Christopher McQuarrie? The guy who's done the screenplay and directed this new Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
He was there as well.
So they were both sitting in the audience with us. They watched the entire film with none of us knowing that one of the masked members of the audience was Tom Cruise himself. And that was mainly I think it wasn't a Tom Cruise film, but he was there to just show his support and solidarity.
And I think we got home and we saw the news, and one of the news stories was that Tom Cruise went to the cinema.
Yeah, went to the cinema to watch this film, which was quite funny. So imagine watching a movie with Tom Cruise and not even knowing that you're watching a film with Tom Cruise.
So anyway, you asking what I scribbled down. I'm looking forward to seeing Mission Impossible 7. Is it called Mission Impossible 7 or is it called Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 or something?
No idea.
I think it's called.
I think I stopped watching it after part 2 or 3.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
3. 3 was the last one.
There are very few movies I can see in the cinema. I can see a Bond movie, a Tom Cruise movie, that kind of stuff I don't mind watching. Something very cinematic.
And grand. But
when I say cinematic, I mean grand only.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to quite a few actually. Bollywood has a good mix.
Are you looking forward to Pathan?
There's Pathan. There's. I'm looking forward to Mission Majnu, which is not even on the big screen. It is Netflix release.
Mission Impossible, Mission Majnu.
Mission Majnu, yeah. So that is something I'm really looking forward to because I'm pinning my hopes entirely on the Bollywood B list and on OTT this year. I think the big stars have disappointed us big time in 2022. Ranveer Singh 3 flops, Akshay Kumar 333 flops. All of them let us down so
much. It might be 333 flops, but at least he makes 333 movies.
No, that's true.
Give him credit.
I'll give him credit for turning up and for being a film-making machine, absolutely, for discipline. But I will not give him credit for picking good stories or doing a good job in those films because he was miserable. So, yeah. But I'm hoping that this year there are going to be some good films. I have great hopes from Shah Rukh. Whether it is Pathan, whether it is Dunki, whether it is Jawan, at least one of these 3 films should.
Bollywood stories is your bread and butter.
Yeah.
But any guftagu you've got for me?
Any guftagu?
Yeah.
What kind of guftagu do you want?
Yeah, a bit of spicy gossip. Anything happening?
I'm not revealing it on this podcast, am I?
Oh.
And well, not before it's already happened.
No, I thought you would say that Sid Malhotra and Kiara Advani are getting hitched on 6th February.
That's not gossip. I mean, that's not a secret. Everybody knows.
Nobody knows the date.
Everybody knows. Everybody's speculating that it's 6th February. And
I'm just putting a leg because I heard you say it.
Yeah.
I heard you say it on air.
Yes.
So how do you know it's 6th February then?
Because I read it in a story. Obviously, it's completely unconfirmed. But that is what the paparazzi lives for, right? And if you got a good jodi like Siddharth and Kiara, then they have, I'm sure, planted spies everywhere and they're following this couple around, and I'm sure they've got some inside news that others don't know.
The song from Shamshira, I think it has been voted the most popular song, isn't it?
Rata Lambiya Lambiya.
Is it?
But that's the impression. I don't know if there's anyone who's actually
No. I think
compiled the stats.
They have. That it's the most popular song or the most streamed song.
No, I think that was Kesariya. Brahmastra.
Oh, I thought it was this one.
And
They're both in the same year. Are they both last year?
No, Shesha is from the year before that.
Oh, so maybe the year before last.
Yeah, year before that it could well have been 2021, Brahmastra 2022. So it's going to be exciting, yeah. So there's a pick and mix of dramas, there's a pick and mix of concerts and events and OTT stuff that I'm really looking forward to. And we've got quite a few milestones happening. I'm not going to mention my birthday again, not going to mention the fact that our eldest is going to leave for university. So there's lots.
Has there ever been a time when you have not mentioned
No,
what
I
you're
haven't.
not going to mention?
Because 2023 is a big year for me. And I'm quite hopeful that it's going to be an adventurous year. It's going to be a year that brings my nearest and dearest people close to me. And I look forward to the opportunity of spending more time with people whose company I enjoy. That's one of my resolutions for this year, by the way. When I said do more of what you love. Be with people who infuse you with positivity and make you feel good.
That was one of the points I said, that simplify your life and spend more time with family and friends.
Yes.
And you poo-pooed it, saying, I don't believe in all these resolutions. And now you've come back to the same thing yourself.
Yeah, I have actually. No, but that doesn't have to be a resolution. I think the moment you call it a resolution, it becomes like something which you have to do. You don't have to.
A resolution
Follow
is
your
not
heart.
set in stone.
Of course it isn't.
People who say, I go to the gym.
That's the very definition of a resolution.
That resolution only lasts maximum 4 weeks.
Yeah, well, for some people.
Now, you're wondering what I scribbled on my thing.
Yeah.
There's one final thing I scribbled.
Which is?
Can you read that? It says, don't forget to tell people to like and subscribe to this podcast.
Are we going to take a break and come back with a new season, or are we just going to carry on this year?
No, we always take a break in March, April.
Oh, all right. So it is interesting for people to know that the Shabby and Man podcast continues on all your favorite platforms. Please do subscribe. Please do leave us a comment. And tell us what you like listening to, because there are certain topics which are more popular than others. There are certain episodes which do better than others, and those are the only pointers we have. This is not a radio show, so I don't really have any radar figures.
I think people love it जब मैं हिंदी में बात करता हूँ.
ठीक है.
मैं थोड़ी यहाँ वहाँ फेंक देता हूँ ना.
अच्छी बात है. और कीजिए हिंदी में बात.
It's very.
That should be on your New Year's resolution.
What?
Polish my Hindi. Learn a bit more Hindi.
Polish my Hindi.
Yeah. What would you say?
I don't know. Hindi word for polish.
Hindi ko chamkaiye.
Very good. I was thinking of cherry blossom, but doesn't matter.
Yeah. I know what you were thinking. Is that it?
Yeah. Did you say that we're on Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts,
What
Spotify,
is Stitcher?
and all other
I know what Stitcher. We're on a stretcher.
podcasting apps? It's a very strange, macabre kind of podcasting episode this week. You seem
Spelled
to be in this-
macabre.
It's got a BRE at the end.
Yes.
You seem in a very strange mood today. I hope as the year goes on, you
Yeah,
mellow
because you
down
are
a bit.
over hypey and over excited about what? A calendar change, a date change. Oh my God, new me, new resolutions. What are we going to do? New year. I don't feel that way. I'm sorry to burst your bubble. But
You're going to say, what,
I'm not
bust,
10.
Bust my what?
Bust
But you're
your bubble.
right. You are busting my bubbles.
Yes.
All right, I think it's time to say bye then.
I think so.
Bol de bit.
Okay, bye-bye. Until next time then.
You make me laugh so much. Until next time, take care now. Bye.